Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However this finds you, I do hope this finds you well. Listen, I am not going to be on here for a long time, but I am on here for a solo travel Tracee Ellis Ross is giving.
Wear pretty clothes.
If you don't stop it right now.
And enjoy my own company.
Holy hi!
Are we surprised? Solo Travel with Tracee Ellis Ross, it wasn't just another travel show. It was a love letter, a cultural statement, just shouting independence with fashion all rolled into one. So let's break it down. We are getting right into it. Because listen, solo traveling with Tracee Ellis Ross, it wasn't just another travel show for me. It was a cultural statement and a love letter to independence and fashion all rolled into one. I'm going to talk about some of the themes that I noticed in the show. First, joy and loneliness. The joy and loneliness that comes along with solo travel. A lot of people don't talk about this. They only glamorize solo travel and encourage it, which we should, but Tracy, she set the tone from jump for us about some of the realities that come along with solo travel. It isn't just about beaches and cocktails. It's all about reckoning with yourself and facing yourself.
Start by going to dinner by yourself. And if you feel nervous about doing that, go to dinner by yourself on a Tuesday night at 6 o'clock and work your way up to going to dinner by yourself on a Saturday or Friday night at 8 o'clock. And walk up to the host and say, I need a table for one. And see what it feels like to be in that experience, because it will only be that times 10 when you're on vacation. I do also, this is something I do for myself, and I also suggest it to other people. See if you can get yourself a hotel room that to a certain extent you would be comfortable being in if you go and you get nervous. And you're like, I'm not comfortable doing this. Make sure that you have packed in a way that you have your book or your iPad or whatever that is. And that if you end up having to stay in your hotel room the whole time and only going to a restaurant in your hotel or somewhere just around the corner, that you don't feel like you have ruined your trip and done something stupid. I think it's okay to go as slow as the slowest parts of yourself.
Tracy is abundantly clear and transparent about this. Those quiet moments where she's sitting in a luxury suite with French fries and wine and braiding her hair, or when she is admitting that loneliness. Most travel shows skip that important detail, but she leans into this and she reminds us that loneliness doesn't mean that something is wrong. It doesn't mean that you're deficient. It doesn't mean go run out and get a partner that doesn't work for you. Because you could be with somebody, honey, and be lonely. Let's be clear. Tracy leans into this concept and she reminds us that loneliness, it's just part of the journey. All right, second, Black women and visibility in travel. The show, it hits differently because she speaks directly to Black women, especially those prioritizing wellness and agency. In Reddit and IG threads and comments, Black women are already swapping tips on safety, racism, and sexism while traveling. We speak about these things. I know for me, before I go to a place solo, I want to know, what is it going to give? Yes, I want to know about the beaches. I want to know if I'm going to have an umbrella and all the likes, all the things. But I also want to know, is the space going to be welcoming for me? Is it going to be good for me? That's another layer, another level of filtration that lots of Black women explore, that they go through before they pick a destination. Tracy, she brings that into the light and she shows us that the joy and vulnerabilities of being out there in the world alone, that they are real. She positions solo travel not just as an indulgence, but a revolutionary act of choosing you first. Let's have some tea in a matching mug, shall we? You could never get me to hate green tea. Oh, that's so good. It's like heaven, fogging up the glasses and everything. It's so good. Oh, all right, let's move on. Next, the power of intimacy and transparency. Unlike other glossy travel shows, Tracee filmed much of this on her phone. And that makes the audience feel like we are sitting next to her, listening to her inner dialogue, whether she's getting a drink from strangers, or she's deciding to stay in instead of hitting the town, or she's suffering through an unexpected snag in her journey. I love solo travel. I can relate. I love getting dressed up and being fancy while I'm away on a solo trip. She loves to take a good photo while she's on a solo trip. That transparency, that makes the show resonate because it truly feels real and not scripted. And that's something that Tracee Ellis Ross does really, really well. That's why she's one of my favorites, is that she is unapologetically authentic. I love that about her. All right, let's get to the fashions, child. Fashions. This is where I over-indexed in understanding where Tracy is coming from. Anybody who knows me well will tell you that I am a habitual overpacker. And I even do this in my day-to-day life. And there's a reason behind this. I am obsessed with my own comfort. And I'm unapologetic about that, okay? So I'm the one that if you're like, do you happen to have a nail file? Yes, I do. And it's a fashion file. Do you happen to have a paper clip that's shaped like the Airbnb symbol? Yes, I do. And it matches my nail polish. Do you happen to have an alternate pair of reading glasses? Yes, I do. And what color you want? What look are we going for? What are you trying to give? I love being prepared and could resonate with everything that Tracy said in this area. You see, because Tracy doesn't just travel, she arrives. Each episode opens with her packing, and let me tell you, it is a meticulous process, which I get. She jokes about overpacking.
Listen, packing is a very serious affair. See, it's not just about packing, it's also about balancing.
They prepared for surgery. I have an idea! There's even more space in there. Look, you can find room. What? What you want? What? Yeah, packed it. Yeah, packed it, motherfucker. What?
But it is intentional. Beauty and disaster can happen, and she is prepared for everything in her suitcase. Fashion for her is storytelling. This is the daughter of the infamous, the famous, the iconic Diana Ross, and she curates every outfit as part of her identity and her independence. I loved all of the looks that we got a chance to see. You name it, sis had it. From Bottega to Balenciaga to Gucci to whatever, to you name it, she had it. And I loved that. I loved it. She had the perfect outfit for every occasion. And I understood where she was coming from with this. It made me even more of a fan of hers. And then Tracy's 3 rules for solo travel. Here's where she gets really practical, which a lot of people believe that if you're showy, you can't be practical, and that's not true. Her 3 rules, which dovetail into everything we talked about. Prioritizing safety. You want to choose spaces that let you relax without fear. Tracy knows that as a Black woman, her safety is not presumed, and so she plans for that. Then there is being prepared. Entertainment, books, carrying the tools that help you be soothed whenever you need it. Packing for comfort, or as she says, BIA or bring it all. Tracy is a maximalist. She's not a minimalist. Now, there's a difference, right? She's not just buying all the things to have the things. She's getting the things, curating the things. So she is all about readiness and joy, and she packs for beauty and disaster alike, which again, I can understand. I have a travel tea kettle, yes, that I take with me on trips. I have a yoga mat, yes. that I take with me on trips. Every trip has a travel candle. Yes, yes. She loves a good candle. Y'all know I did a whole candle video like eons ago. I like being comfortable when I'm away from my house. It just is like the cherry on top of a vacation. Maximalism. Come on. And then there's the focus on cultural impact and legacy. What makes this more than just a vanity project is how it lands. Season 1 broke records on Roku, becoming the platform's most watched unscripted series ever. That means audiences just aren't watching Tracy travel. They're resonating with the message of joy, freedom, fabulousness, agency. And that's not just reserved for couples or groups. Solo travelers, especially Black women, they deserve to see themselves centered in this space. And you can solo travel whether you're in a relationship or you're not. Catch that, T. So is it perfect? No. Some critics say the pacing lingers or that the luxury isn't relatable. That's a lie. But maybe that's the point for some. Tracy isn't trying to be relatable. She's just being herself and she's being transparent. She's saying, this is my way of doing it. What's yours? It's an invitation. Y'all, I love this show because it wasn't just about destinations. It was about what it means to choose yourself and live joyfully on your terms. Who can argue with that, especially right now? Well, I promised I would not be on here for a long time, but for a Tracee Ellis Ross solo travel giving time. And I delivered. Share this with somebody who needs a little inspiration or escapism today. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and remember, wherever your adventures take you, you are capable of big things.